We got some breaking news coming off the podcast. Congratulations to Robert Saleh becoming the head coach of the New York Football Jets.
I like
Well
it.
Congratulations.
deserved, man.
And he is taking the passing game coordinator from the San Francisco 49ers, Matt LaFleur's brother, Mike LaFleur. He will be their offensive coordinator
Oh,
for the Jets.
I
So
like.
I think the Jets are up to something. I think with their quarterback, Justin Fields, they had another pick later in the draft. I know Saleh got the defense booming. There's no question about that. It's all about
I
figuring out
hope
that
they don't do
offense.
They
him like
should
they did
keep
to Ty
Sam
Bowles.
Darnold.
I hope they don't do him like they did Ty Bowles.
You said keep Sam Darnold.
Yes.
I think,
Sam
and if they
Darnold's not
do,
a bad
yeah, and
quarterback
if they
at
do,
all.
yeah, then they do go to Sam Darnold route. I think you trade that pick back, and get more draft capital, or you take Sewell from Oregon. I think clear cut is
Get
they
him
need
a
to get him a line, O line.
get Darnold a real weapon.
Yes, I
Like
think, and I
look,
think they could do because they got a bunch of
I
cap
think they
space,
trade back. If they trade back, they could go for a receiver.
but they
But if
already
they
have another. They have another pick in the first round too. They could use that on a
right,
receiver.
yeah, they could use a late one for a receiver. So
Yeah,
get him. Well, wouldn't be bad to put him on the opposite side of Mekhi Becton, who they drafted last year. They tackled from last year.
yep. I think it's all about if the general manager and the head coach and OC love Sam Darnold. Because if you like his game, you keep him, and you think if he's not the problem, it's just a bad situation, you build around him.
it was Adam Gase was terrible.
Any
He
coach
be
is
killer.
better than Adam Gase, bro.
I agree.
Yes.
Like
So terrible.
you literally see him literally mess up like 3 franchises.
No cap.
He was getting a job. I was so confused. White privilege.
Another head coaching announcement that was announced today: Urban Meyer to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think this move will the AFC North, AFC South. I mean, I think they could compete for it, depending because they're getting. I believe they're getting Trevor Lawrence, and I think Urban Meyer is so respected around the football world, college and pros. I think he knows the upcoming college classes coming up because he's been recruiting for Ohio State for so long. As well as he has a command and respect in the NFL. OSU players love him. Michael Thomas was tweeting about Urban Meyer getting the job. So I think it'll be fun to watch Urban Meyer. Them as well as the Jets have draft capital, 2 first-round picks. And I think if they just build around Trevor Lawrence, because I think James Robinson is an offensive threat. DJ Chark is definitely an offensive threat. Get Trevor Lawrence an O-line and a consistent defense to go along with that. That can spell trouble for the AFC. And the AFC is going to have a great crop of young quarterbacks. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Justin Herbert. It's like the AFC quarterback is talent so young and youthful, while the NFC is just a bunch of people that's over 30. Rodgers, Breeze, Brady. It's like there's a lot of age and wisdom in the NFC, while the AFC is just young talent that's developing and going to take over the league soon. So it's gonna be definitely fun to watch. Congratulations, Urban Meyer, on getting that job. I rock with it. You guys' thoughts? My bad.
That is interesting. I'm looking around the NFC and I'm just like, there really are the youngest quarterback that was got cut. And that's Dwayne Haskins. Like, so that's kind of crazy. Like, Kyler Murray. Well, I don't know.
Oh but AFC has like a majority. Yeah. But they got some couple of Dak, Carson, Jalen Hurts. They got some young. Yeah.
Young for real like that no more. I mean,
yeah,
he's in. But that's interesting. As far as the head coaches go, like, I think Saleh's gonna have a chance to actually make the postseason. I mean, that division it's probably just the Bills again next year.
The offense is gonna come back and try to reload.
Well, the locker room isn't sold on Tua, so
yeah, of course.
Work on within itself. And then we all know what Bill Belichick's going to do with the Patriots. Like, they could also have a great year next year, like randomly. But I do think because they extended the postseason to 7 seeds, the Jets and the Jaguars are rightful to say that they can potentially make the postseason. It does depend on how well they draft, and if there is a preseason this year. I don't know how the NFL feels about that with other players, but if they're able to get a few games under their belt, then we could be looking at, a future that's more successful, more presently than later on. So hopefully, I don't want Urban Meyer to be a trash coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I agree with that. Yeah.
I want to be good. I actually like Urban. So I don't want to be bad. Like, but John Gruden in Oakland, They need to cut ties. It's time to jump ship.
And
I don't think Urban Meyer's gonna be a good coach. I think
So
it'll
what?
be very Nick Saban-ish. But Nick Saban's more defensive minded. I'm trying to remember what Urban is known for. Because to me, I don't know. I think most of his teams are offensive. Yeah, I was about to say most of his teams be offensively good. So I guess in that case, he'll be fine. And the defense not bad. The defense got talent. The Jags defense is not bad. So if Urban could get Trevor and the number one receiver, DJ Chark, who I think can be a number one receiver. I think
Robinson has been stellar, good last season too.
Robinson is a good runner. So okay, in that regard, he'll probably be better than Saban. Because Saban problem with the Dolphins was that they couldn't score, or they were bad. Okay, I'm just be real. That was a really. Then they went 0-9 before he quit.
I think it was 6-10 that year.
He was in.
They finished
like that.
And they didn't let him get Drew. He tried to go get Drew Brees. Remember? Heard me there.
He didn't want to get Drew.
No, they wanted something happened with Drew. They didn't the NFL didn't allow him to get Drew. Something like that went down. But before we go to new music, because we're all tired and drawn out of debating, arguing so long, which head coaching vacancy left would you take if you were a head coach? Is it the Houston Texans, the Detroit Lions, the Atlanta Falcons, the Philadelphia Eagles, or the Los Angeles Chargers? I'll go first, and I think it's clear as day it's the Los Angeles Chargers. I think it is the LA Chargers with Justin Herbert, a young, great rookie talent, along with those two outside threats in Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, along with Austin Eckler and a nice running back group. I think along with the defense, Derwin James, it comes back injury again, but Joey Bosa, you drafted Kenneth Murray from Oklahoma. A lot of depth, a lot of talent, and if they had a capable kicker and the right coach in the situations, they would have been a better team than what their record presents. So if I'm a head coach, if I'm an offensive-minded head coach, I am loving the Chargers, and I try to get there as fast as possible. John, which head coaching vacancy would you take if you were a head coach?
I agree. Like quick and simple, definitely the Chargers. Like for all the reasons you named, them other franchises don't seem like the management cares enough to actually get input from the players, which is how you build chemistry. Because if the players don't want to play and they don't trust management, it's gonna be hard for a coach to come in there and try to build a team where a lot of players aren't bought into the organization at all. I think the Chargers, like those players understand where they are. They know they have Jay Herbo coming back, obviously on the rookie deal. And with the level of play that he displayed this year, like you said, any offensive-minded coach is looking at, this beautiful city of LA and saying, I want to go there to coach. I mean, it's LA. Who wouldn't want to coach in LA with a quarterback that is proven to get the job or proven that he can get the job done, and I think will get the job done next year in a division where it's just one team that runs it, and they can make a run to be that solidified second best team in the West of the AFC. So that's definitely the team to go to.
JB.
100% taking the LA Chargers. Number one, have you been to California? LA, it's beautiful.
Them taxes and Patrick Mahomes don't scare you?
I don't care.
I don't care. They got the best young QB situation with Jay Herbo. Also with Keenan Allen. That defense has the potential to be top 5. Just needs to be coached correctly. Offensively too, I just feel as if this is the most complete team without leadership at the coaching position. And I was rooting for Anthony Lynn. Hopefully he does get another opportunity to shine somewhere else, maybe, become an offensive or defensive coordinator, and get better. Use this as an experience to get better and get back out there. I do like to see, our Black coaches coaching in the league. I would like to see this not be his last gig. So, Chargers would be my.
And I'm almost willing to guarantee Anthony Lynn I don't know, but he could become the Bears defensive coach, and I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I think he'll land somewhere for sure. I think players love him. It's just his coaching and late game situations is just. Cut Carter, which head coaching vacancy would you take? Why nobody showing the Texans no love? Maybe you go in there, you say, Deshaun, I got your back.
Bad owner. Bad owner.
Why you not coming? Why you not trying to come to Atlanta? You got Julio, Calvin Ridley, a young defense.
You said what's the best job out of Atlanta? Detroit,
out of Eagles, Lions, Falcons, Chargers, and the Texans.
Houston.
Yep.
I'm taking the Chargers job.
Everybody wants the Chargers job. Well, you can't have it. Now, tell me why.
LA's the better city.
You're not scared of Mahomes? You're not scared of Mahomes?
I mean, Mahomes is not gonna kill you, but you can lose 2 games, Mahomes, and still keep your team up and running. Plus, they got the best youth and project to build on. The quarterback is great to build on. Keenan Allen, veteran receiver. Derwin James coming off an injury, but when he plays, he's effective. So you hope that he can play. Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram. I mean, really, they got Chris Harris. Bro, I'm taking that job and I'm drafting a corner or a lineman, or offensive lineman, and we're gonna get it going. Maybe a receiver. That's the 3 things I would go for. But they got young receivers.
They got young capable receivers. I think defense is a need for sure, though.
Yeah, I'm going corner or corner, safety, or linebacker.
And then you fix the training staff. Ain't no way y'all should be getting hurt all the time.
And then the second best job on that list would probably be the Eagles or the Falcons. The Falcons is a good city to come to. You're just gonna deal with some fans.
I don't know about the Eagles.
No, I'm saying the Eagles and the Falcons fans, it would be the reason to hate a job like that. But
no, and the Eagles are cap room hell too.
Yeah, and
got a quarterback controversy.
You got to be content with Carson Wentz being a starter. And if that's not the type of system you want to run with Carson Wentz, and you prefer Jalen Hurts, that's not the job for you.
But also in Philly, they fire their coaches when they have one bad year. Like Chip Kelly had a couple good seasons, then they fired him. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl, and last year he won a division and made it to the playoffs, and he fired him after this lackluster season. There was one more coach before him. Andy Reid was in the Super Bowl with Don McNabb, I believe. And after a couple years, after like 1 or 2 losing seasons, they cut ties. So there's a lot of ownership. Like they want you to win now in Philly. There's a lot of ownership trust issues going on. So I wouldn't know about Philly.
I think I will say this about Atlanta though. I mean, division-wise, I know the Saints are like running the NFC South and they have, but in the future, you know, it might be up for grabs. Like this division very soon. So while the Chargers is a popular destination, they're gonna have Patrick Mahomes over there, like running that division. I think for foreseeable future.
For another
NFC
decade.
and even in the NFC East is a weak division. So you know.
Yeah.
But that's a double-edged sword too, right? Like if you go there and you're like, oh, this division is so weak, we expect you to win, right? So like you should win. But if you don't, like you said, it's like, oh, how you not winning in this division? Like, look at the talent around, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting. Philadelphia is a tricky situation because of how owners have been known to treat not just the coaches but players as well. I think the second most popular destination is Atlanta for the reasons Derek said. Like, it's a really nice city here. It's a nice culture. It's a really nice fan base as well. So, you know,